from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, highly welcome. This is a place for separating facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I will be talking about barriers, transitions, and rituals for before and after transitioning of the soul, and different type of barriers. Somebody wanted to know which is more better, if it's cremation, just plain old school burial, or embalmment. Which one is the best? Which one serve more purpose, or rather which one is more spiritually acceptable, or which is the best, which kind of burial is the best for the soul to rest in peace or in power. The person want to know. And I also want to talk about it today. Let's talk about burial rites in African spirituality, the meaning, the spiritual significance, and how the characteristics or the different types of burials we have in African spirituality. This is the topic for today, but before then, by all means, let's do our customary libation. Stephanie Allen, nice to see you here. Very delighted once again. It's a pleasure. So please, wherever you are in the world today, bring out your whiskey. Vedusa, welcome. By all means, pull out your best favorite bottle of your cognac, your brukutu, your wine, your ogus, your ugofi, your, well, what do you call it? Moonshine, okay, Black Rob, or Captain Jack, or any of those things you drink. Bring out your best bottle, or Jedi, okay, anyone you have. If you don't drink any kind of spirit, bring your lemonade, your wine, and let's just call some names. And just remember, they say we should honor thy father and thy mother so that your days will be long. That sort of thing. It is not Bible thing, it was our stuff that was stolen by the Bible. Okay? We should honor the ancestors anywhere we gathered, remember. And if for nothing else, just go with the flow. And of course, our deities that are guiding us, protecting us, our African divinities, we must also bring them online. So please get your whiskey, get your favorite glass. Let's just run through some great people today, powerful people. So I'll be starting with Ishu Baruski Babalegwa Elegbara, aka the Primus Inter Paris, the first among equals. I give you your drink this day. I ask that you open the gates for the rest of the deities to come through. Open your gates today. Let the spirits of Africa, the ancient melanated spirit of our African consciousness, let them come through into this section. Let them come through into this channel. Let them come into our life, and let them bring gifts. Give us the ability, the capacity to always make the best decisions in any situation, any crossroad we find ourselves. Give us that excellent spirit, that guidance. I give you your drink today. I thank you for being who you are, for the great work you are doing. Accept your drink and accept your place and open the gate for the rest of the lowers. Ashe. I call upon Oshun, I call upon Divine Mother, Mother of creativity, Mother of love, Mother of fertility, Mother of life, Mother of beauty, Mother of sexuality. And I give you all greetings, acknowledgements, empowerment. I thank you for being who you are and the great work you have been doing in our life. I ask that you take your whiskey, take your drink to do, and continue to do the things. Let everything we put our hands to do, every positive thing, let it bear good fruit. Any projects, any activity, any endeavor, as we put our hands to do it, we ask that you bless the work of our hands. Let it bear fruit as we pour water on plants for it to germinate. Let it germinate. Let it sprout good things with lots of fruits for the benefit of humanity and happiness and for your own glory. It's, I call upon Aziza, aka Osinye, aka Azaka. I ask that you accept this drink today, and give us the ability to understand, understand, overstand, grandstand anything relating to do with herbs, relating to do with minerals, relating to do with any of the components in your domain. Give us that spirit. Let your guidance, let your protection, let your favor, let your blessing continue to roll with us, go with us. Please accept your drink, accept your place here in this channel. It's I call upon Tehuti, Jehuti, the God of wisdom, God of writing. I give you your drink this day. I thank you for the great things you have been doing for the students of this channel. I ask that your blessing continue to be upon them. Give them excellent spirits. Give them, let them be the head and never the tail. Give them the spirit of wisdom. Accept your drink today. I call upon Ologboshere, aka the Black Panther, the undying, undefeatable, indomitable recess of the African melanated dark consciousness. I ask that you continue to inspire us, animate us, activate us for greater things in life, and to give us the empowerment to free our people from the shackles of mental slavery and economic oppression and bondage. It's, I call upon a segment. I ask for wisdom. I ask for understanding of financial economics or financial engineering, financial literacy. Give us the ability to manage our natural resources, our wealth efficiently and effectively. Give us the power to reclaim our wealth and our natural resources, our ancestral lands and prosperity. Let your spirit continue to guide us. I call upon Hapu. I ask for wisdom. I ask for your power and your blessing. Give us the ability to manage our time effectively so that we can be more productive in these heads. I give you a drink this day. I call on our great deities, too numerous to mention, that stand for truth, justice, righteousness, and harmonious balance. I call upon Ufurie. I call upon Olokun. I call upon Shango. I call upon Ekwensu. I call upon Ikbesu. I call upon Orumila. I call upon Ubatala. I call upon great spirits of the land. I give you a drink this day. I also call upon our great mighty ancestors that done great things for us. People like Marcus Garvey, Ashi, Malcolm X, Ashi, Martin Luther King, Ashi, Michael Jackson, Ashi, Muhammad Ali, Ashi, Nelson Mandela, Ashi, Inoko Rashidi, Ashi, Thomas Sankara, Ashi, Julius Nyerere, Ashi, General Rawlings, Ashi, Fela Nikolako Kuti, Ashi, Dr. Sebi, Ashi, Ivan Setima, Ashi, Dr. John Eric Clark, Ashi, Dr. John Joseph Akama, Ashi. I call upon great people, Harriet Tubman, Ashi, Sister Francis, Ashi. Great people too numerous to mention. I give you a drink this day. I also give drink to people that are suffering currently in detention, oppressed all over the world. I give them this drink. People that died during Arab slave trade, transatlantic slave trade, in the many genocides in Africa, in Congo, South Africa, Namibia, Liberia, Zambia, Malawi, uh, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Cameroon, Angola. I give you this drink today. I ask that your spirit continue to rest in power and continue to cry out for justice, because if there is no justice, there is no peace. I ask the blood of our ancestors to speak for us. Blood of our ancestors, blood of our bloodline speak for us. Blood of Guz speak for us. Blood of Onomake speak for us. Blood of Ominigo speak for us. I give you this drink today. I ask for empowerment, for protection, for prosperity, and goodness and peace upon this planet. We say this mighty prayer in the name of Amera, in the name of Olodumare, in the name of Ekwensu, in the name of Obatala, in the name of Olokun, in the name of all of our African gods and goddesses that stand for truth, justice, righteousness, and harmonious balance. Isiagwari is done. So I thank you very much for joining. And it's always wonderful to do this type of things. We are part of honoring our ancestors. Okay. So the topic of today is rituals of transition in African spirituality. In Africa, you'll notice that we have two main type of burial. If you are from Africa, if somebody dies, it's either they are buried the regular way, and they can be buried like that, or they are embalmed. In Africa, we don't really do cremation. We don't cremate. You're going to find cremation is very popular in Asia, in Hinduism and Buddhism. That is their thing. When somebody die, they rub them with a special kind of butter, put them in a oven, and then they burn them to ashes. They burn them to ashes and throw the ashes in the sea or blow it in the air. And they put some of them in the cup in horn, hen, arrow hen. Then they put this in their house or in their shrine, and they say these are the ashes of my grandfather, my grandmother, and then they pray to the ashes. They pray to the ashes. Uh, this is their own belief. The difference between burial and cremation is this thing. In Africa, our own African belief, uh, we see the human being as a part of the great circle of life. And life is all about a circular motion of birth and rebirth, of coming, living, and dying. So, what most African people do is that when a person dies, they believe that the body, this physical flesh, uh, needs to be buried in the earth. In the sense that this person has lived his life, doesn't matter how long they have been living. And during that lifetime, they have been also taking the life of other living organisms as well, as in eating. You eat vegetables, and we eat animals too. When you consume your vegetables and your animals, your chicken, your turkey, your roasted beef, all those things, you're taking the life essence of those animals into you. You're taking life to sustain your own life. When you even eat your vegetables, you're killing those spinach, you're killing those pumpkins, you are taking their life into you for sustain your own life. For your life to flourish, another life have to go. This is the free gift of nature. Okay, nothing lives for itself. The water does not drink themselves. When you drink water, absorb it into you, you're taking some portion of the life in that water to sustain yourself. When you kill your Christmas chicken, goat, you are taking the life of that animal to sustain yourself. Nothing lives for itself. So, in the typical African fashion, most of our elders see that when you also die too, the earth still need to take from you. I mean, your flesh needs to go to the earth and decompose, and other organisms we also need to use it to sustain themselves. The plants, for instance, the dead body will be broken down by biological decomposition, and the anything that is there will be absorbed by the earth. Plants will need your dead flesh as manure to grow new life. You will become manure for the soil. This is how it happens. And it's not a bad thing. It is part of the great circle of life. Every animal that dies will decay. And the physical substance will go into the earth to also sustain and regenerate other life forms. Okay? And the soul or the spirit or the divine spark, we have to go back to wherever they come from, to the celestial sphere, or wherever they came from, they have to go back, while the physical matter must go back into the earth. This is normal. So in Africa, burial is, we consider this a natural process of life. That if somebody died, they are usually buried. And of course, most times when they bury somebody, they usually plant a tree on the in the grave, so that the person will body will also help to grow that tree. And of course, people will eat from the fruit of that tree. It is very normal. You go to most cemeteries, so you see people with trees, and people's grave, they always plant a tree at the head grave. This is normal. Okay, so they see it like a kind of giving back to the earth your substance. So we don't cremate. We don't cremate. You're not going to hear it in any part of Africa that they cremate people. We don't know how to do that. If we don't cremate, in that case, they also embalm. The difference is that Embalmment is a way of preserving the person, preserving the physical essence of the person for thousands of years. In this case, the physical body does not decompose. Okay, it does not decompose. This is done whereby you want the person to be remembered for as long as possible. In ancient Egypt and ancient Kush, most rulers, kings, or royal families, they are usually embalmed, and there's good reason for this. When you embalm somebody, you try to preserve the physical body as long as possible. What you are trying to do is that you want the person to be kind of immortalized in the hearts and minds of the population, of everybody. You don't want them to be forgotten. In other words, you want them to, their spirits, to be with you for as long as possible and to guide you and to be part of your life for as long as possible. Okay, this is the main thing why they embalm these priests and these people from royal families when they die, because they want that spirit to be with them. They don't want to forget the person. Part of immortalizing somebody or something is remembering, not only remembering, venerating. As long as the spirit is being remembered and being venerated, whereby libations, remembrance, uh, are being called, the names is it's being on repeated, and that person's spirit, much of the spiritual essence of that person, will still be uh, lingering in the astral plane and also in the physical world. The person will still be here. When you build monuments to this memory of this person, you build statues, you build symbols, create edifice to this person, his physical items, everything is almost still intact. It is as much as if that the person is still here with you, but you don't see them anymore, but everything about the person is still here. So in that case, we can say this person's spirit is very much with us. Okay, this is the difference of embalming. This is the main reason for embalming people. When you embalm somebody, you are trying to immortalize the person, the memory of that person, the activities of that person, the personality characteristics. You are trying to immortalize it to make it as permanent as possible in this physical world. So in that case, the person will still be here for as long as far as people continue to remember that person, continue to see those things. Anytime they see this, to remember the person, they will still feel or think and that the person is here. And of course, the person is here, right? If you are always animating or giving sacrifices to that person, the spirit will still be active. This is the essence of embalmment. This is why you see Africa, ancient Africa is very big on embalmment, even till now. Okay. For instance, now we take example of the ancient Egypt, ancient Kush. How do we know about the life and times of those people that lived 20, 30,000 years ago? It is because the bodies were embalmed. From the embalmed bodies, the documentation of this person's life, everything about the person, what the person represents, what they stand for, you're going to see it. As far as you keep seeing this, remembering their name, you see this body, you see their properties, you see everything, that person is still here with you. And the person's spirit is still here with you. As far as you continue to call the name and give libations to them, the spirit will still be here, because when you give libation, you give offering, you're giving life to that person. Okay, in the spirit world, anything we give our attention to grows. When you give your attention to something, you empower it. This is how things work in the spirit world. Okay, anything you focus your attention on, you're giving it life. So when you focus your attention, like you see me doing libations here every day, I am actually giving life to these principles and these people that have gone before us. I am sort of immortalizing them. I am empowering them. I am spreading their work. I am kind of resurrecting them. into this physical world. Okay, this is exactly what we do when we remember these people. So embalmment is for me, it is much more better than cremation. When you cremate, the reason why the Buddhists and Hindus cremate people in their own culture, according to them, they want the spirits to reincarnate faster. They believe that when you burn the body of a person, the person have no kind of physical or solid attachment to this spirit world, to the physical world anymore. So the body is completely burnt. No organism take any essence of those bodies in order to sustain themselves. Everything about the person is burnt, and the smoke goes straight into the heater, goes straight into the celestial sphere, and the spirit does not really have any physical component to anchor themselves to this physical world anymore. So the spirit have to go only one way. They have to go straight to their next point of reincarnation or ascension or descension. The spirit will go faster. And the more the spirit, the quicker the spirit leaves this physical world, the quicker people forget about you. Out of sight, out of mind. When people don't remember you, they have no physical anchor point to see. All your properties have been washed, shared, or even destroyed, distributed. And there's no grave to even point, no point of remembrance. Or everything can just fit into a tiny cup that only one or two people will remember. You are gone. When people forget about you, you don't exist anymore. You are dead. Okay, so this soul will just go on its own without any sort of anchor, without any kind of spiritual community in the astral world. This is a way of sending off somebody that don't want to have any attachments in any way, shape, or form to this physical world. This is the best way to send them off. You do this by cremating them. And this Hinduism and Buddhism, they believe this is the best way for the human being to go. They just want the person to be forgotten totally. So when their people die, they burn them. No need to waste time for burial, fees, and embalming. All those things takes time. Just put the person in an oven, and you burn them to ashes. Put the ashes in the cup, give it to their family, take away, they forget about you, and there's more space for everybody. So this is their own way. But for me, I will not say I'm trying to. This is what they believe in. It's their own thing. But my own opinion, I believe that people, I will go for burial and embalmment, in the sense that burial, at least but your physical body needs to go back to the earth to give something to the earth you have been living. The body needs to decay, and whatever organisms should partake. The way you have eaten other things, you should also be eaten by the worms, and of course the maggot. You should decompose and add to the heads. I think that one is much better. But burning, when you burn the body, the person, no organisms, no plant, nothing will be able to benefit anything from that case. Okay, it's just ashes. Everything goes straight to the spirit world. Except maybe some of the ashes can still be poured inside the farm or inside the river. But I think burial is best. So if you want to really give yourself to nature in a way to complete that cycle, I think that one will be okay. Then in most of them, the best thing is that when you see embalmings, in the case of embalmings, you can preserve the memory, you can preserve the life and time, you preserve the body, and people get to remember the person a longer time. Even after 10,000 years, people get access to that coffin. They can still find some useful information about this person. So embalmment is mostly good for people that want to be remembered or wants to be really immortalized. Okay, if not for embalments of Kush and ancient Egypt, we will not know much about the ancient Egyptians today. We will not know much about them because the bodies, look, the white people will come and claim them that these are our people. But every time they open a grave, it's a black mummy. They will say it's a Negroid mummy. You will see their hair. You just know that these are black people. There's no question about it. From that environment, you will know so many things, their life, their times, the way they are doing things. So they are immortalized. Okay. So I think environment is the best if you want people to remember you. you will go for embalmment. And during that time, the royals, they always make sure they embalm them. Everybody that is somebody wants to be embalmed, wants to be immortalized. Even till now, people that died, big shots in society, they are all embalmed. They copy this from Africa. Okay, they make sure they embalm the person because they want to remember them, they want to immortalize them, they build monuments to them. This is how they do it, and I think this is the best way to go. Then it's better for me than cremation. Cremation, nobody remembers you, you just come, you just go, and it's just that way it is. Then we also have rituals for transition. When somebody wants to die, what is the best way to go about? For me, if you approaching or you feel that you're going to die, the best way is to first of all put your house in order. If you are getting old or you think you will be crossing over very soon, instead of lighting candles, you prepare for this life. Try to make peace or try to atone for whatever you think is missing. If it's to settle with people, you can do that. If you are holding somebody something, it will be a best time to return those things. Try to make peace with your house, put your house in order. Before you cross over, they also plan your next incarnation because life is continuous. You plan it well. Then you venerate the people that you like to meet. You start calling their names. So you have deities. We have deities of the dead, of course. People like Ampu, Santisma Morieti, Baron Samedi. Those kind of deities. Of course, quite naturally, when somebody wants to die, they will be seeing things they have not seen before. So whatever will happen to the person will happen, but you can still prepare yourself by getting a close spiritual practice that you want to be doing, spiritual routine. If you're already a practitioner, you don't need to worry about dying. Immediately you start to practice, so you don't need to worry about that. It's somebody that is not really deep into African spirituality that is actually worried about dying. We that is on this path, we are ready to die anytime. Okay, we already dedicate our life, we already dig our grave. Death can come at any time. They say when death comes, when death smiles at a man, what you have to do is to smile back, and you should be ready. So as far as you are doing the right thing, you're on the right path, you have nothing to fear. Okay, when you cross over, of course your spiritual family is waiting for you on the other side, and they will welcome you, and you continue your work from there. There's really nothing to fear. You're already prepared. When you do this work every day, you're already prepared for the inevitable. So there's no cause for alarm. Only people that are not prepared that will be thinking of that last minute preparation. Okay. For Christians, I think those people will be doing so many novenas and lighting many candles, running up and down. They want to go to heaven. We don't go to heaven here. When we die, we go to war. Okay? The works of the African ancestors, they are never done. Even in death, we still have to walk again. So when we die, we go to war. Okay? So you should be prepared for dying at any time. The work continues. It does not end. Okay? You see the mummies of the people in ancient Egypt, they are dead, but their coffins and their status is still doing the work. What they left behind, their writings, their way of life, their monuments, everything they did is still doing the work for the next generation. It is because of the things they left behind. Is it not how we are picking our pieces today? If they didn't leave all these things, they didn't embalm, they did not create monuments, they did not create artifacts, they didn't build temples, how are we going to know all these things today? So your legacy is your lifestyle. The kind of life you live in is what will prepare you for death. If you are doing what is right, you're creating a powerful legacy. Even after you die, that life that you live will still be inspiring people, motivating people, moving people in the right direction. Okay, this is how you prepare for death. We prepare for death by doing the right thing, by living according to my heart, by venerating the ancestors, by doing the work of empowerment, liberation, education, and making this earth a better place. This is how we prepare for death. And when we cross over, we still continue doing the same thing. our legacy continue doing the same thing. Okay, this is the best way to prepare for death. Okay, so that way, when you are doing what exactly what you are supposed to do, you are ready to die at any time. Okay, there is no panic, there is no fear. Okay, this is just the way I see it. Okay, so there's actually really nothing to prepare for as pertaining this question. Just live your life, enjoy yourself, do what you feel is right, and leave a good legacy that when people hear about how you live your life, it will be worthy of emulation. The people that I call their names here for libation every day, they are people that did great things. So they are already immortalized on this earth. Okay? There's a certain way, the place you will get to when you see the life of some people, you say, no, 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 this person is more than a man. This person is a deity. This person needs to be immortalized, needs to be emulated. This is the way we do it. Okay, so live your life, try to make a difference, and don't worry about trying to get some sutras or some chanting or some things that you will be doing before if you want to die. That is fire brigade approach. Your footprints should do that for you. Your footprints, your legacy, the things that you did in this lifetime should create a very good afterlife for you. Okay, this is the way I see it. And if you have any questions or any other observations, I will also like to know your opinions as well. Okay, so it's interesting. So for me, I think regular burial or embalmment is the best. If I die, I will not prefer cremating me. Is you wasting my body. When you cremate, you just wasting. You don't want any organism. You don't want the person's body to bring any kind of to give any essence to the earth. You just burn the body. You should bury the body so that it should decay. If it cannot decay, embalm the person. If you want the person to be remembered, embalm them for as much as possible. Write your eulogies and do what you need to do. So I think I will go for embalmment and regular burial rather than cremation. At least I know that my body, my dead body, is also doing some work. My dead body contributed to the life of some trees, and some bacteria or some animals also eat my body too, the way I eat so many goat and chicken. Some of them also eat me, so they will not feel offended. And if they cannot eat me, at least my dead body should stand as a testimony, as a testament of my life and times, the greatness or the good things of my life and times that people will look up to. So my body should be used, my dead body should either be or decomposed or should be used as a way of helping the society to grow. This is the two ways that I would like to go. Okay, for me, if you burn me, nobody will remember me. I will not have any physical anchor points. I'll just float into the ether. I don't want that one. I want to continue doing the work. I want to also have direct access back into the physical world, a point of reference where people we can go to, like the way people go to other people's grave, like a shrine. Egypt now is a Mecca because of all the graves of the ancient ones, the great ones. Even our enemies that is stealing, digging the grave, they still put them inside museums and protect them because they know these people are immortals. We are immortals. They still carry the coffins with great respect and reverence. Put it in the most secured museum in their country. It is national treasures. Our enemies took the grave of our ancestors as their own national treasure. Is it not wonderful? They often respect it more than their own dead bodies. So you see where the power is. It is clear. Before your enemy will say this coffin of King Tut is much more important than anybody that died in the whole of Europe. And it's your enemy. But yet your own grave of your ancestors is its own national treasure. More important than its own ancestors. So you know that they don't need to tell you that this person is immortal. He knows where the power is. He covets where the power is. He envies it. It cannot be it. It will never be it. Okay? So this is the way it is. So we need to live our life in a way that will be immortalized. Okay? That way you prepare to die anytime. Okay? This is why I say it. So questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell close to the subscribe button so you'll be the first to get my videos and write up as soon as I release them. Then of course, if you have not gotten my book yet, I still need to tell you, quantum physics is waiting for you. If you are a practitioner, whether you are advanced, intermediate, beginner, if you have not been able to tie your spirituality to modern science, you have missing a link. This book is a very important book that connects African spirituality and hardcore modern science together. All the physical evidence that you are looking for, that missing link, it was inside this book. So this book is a very powerful manual, it's a very powerful document. This is something that you can take to science lab, it is valid. You can take it to the court of law, it is valid. It is not a book of fiction. It is 1 billion times better than that fairy tale Bible that they are using to swindle the whole world. So if you are looking for hard facts and evidence, something that will show you the validity, originality, authenticity, and power of African spirituality, you need to get this book. If this book is not in your library is not yet completed. I need to say it like that. So you need to read this book, digest it, and keep it in a very special place, okay? This is the first book written on quantum physics in the history of Nigeria. And you need to know what is here so that you can start preparing your mind and the next generation, your children, for what is coming, because it will surely come. Prepare your mind now, start thinking and seeing the future, planning your future today. Even your next incarnation, start planning it now. Of course, you'll come back again. The world need the hands. Okay, it's just $50. It's not expensive. Ignorance is much more expensive. Then, of course, if you want to know spells, over 200 spells is here. Walking in the shadow of the gods. You see why I put this? Because it is immortalized. This is King Tut burial tomb. If they did not do it like this, are we going to remember King Tut? Now, King Tut will remember him forever, because in death he was immortalized. This is how it is. This is how you live forever, how you immortalize your name. Okay, when you create monuments, you live a life of emulation. And of course, he was embalmed. His body will be there for the next 200 million years. His body is still there. This is how you immortalize. When you hear his name, you see his work, you see the physical components of his life. You keep remembering him, his spirit will still be here. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so this is how we immortalize our people, by doing great works and making a difference. So if you want to know about herbs, spells, you want to improve your capacity, you need to get this book. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. It's just $100. Both of them plus postage is just $200. You don't get them, you don't get them. Okay, those people that go and do hair, $400. Just 1 month, don't do your hair, get this book. For those my friends that like to shut down club, leave club for 2 weeks, you get these 2 books. Okay, you'll be glad that you did. Then of course, if you want to learn African spirituality, this is the place I teach it. Register for my program. It's a very intensive program. You're going to learn a lot of things about Africa. You're going to learn a lot of hidden things, all those secret things they teach in secret society, in Freemason, Rosicrucian. I will teach you our hidden history. I'll teach you a lot of powerful spells that you can do that will make you very powerful, very invincible, that will put you above the level of the average human. I will improve your capacity in so many ways, you'll be shocked. Register for my program now. It's not expensive, but ignorance and powerlessness is much more expensive. Then of course, you want to buy your herbs, oils, meditation beads, anything about African spiritual stuff, or thunderstone, native shock, I sell all those things. Contact me, please. So then of course, if you also want to do your exits, your packs, your oracle tarot readings, I also do all these things as well. Apart from that, I thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.